Here with Tennessee's newest 2026 football commitment, a massive offensive tackle from Baylor School in Chattanooga, Gabriel Osenda. Gabriel, just announced your commitment to choose the Vols over several schools, multiple SEC programs in San Antonio. Take me through the decision. Why Tennessee?
I took many visits there, and just talking with the coaches, seeing how like the fans reacting to the stadium, all their players, the interactions the fans have outside with the players, the people that just surround the whole UT program. It felt like home to me, and it felt like that's the place I wanted to be at. That's the place I need to be at.
You talk about taking a lot of visits there. You were there basically three times in a 5 week span. You saw them beat Florida in overtime. You saw them beat Alabama in a thriller, which included rushing the field. And then you saw them beat Kentucky in dark mode. How important was that stretch of visits to you? Because it continued to feel like every time you left, it was getting a little bit closer to where we're at now with you choosing the Vols.
I think absolutely every time I visited, it got closer to me being like, yeah, this is where I want to be at. um each visit had a like different impact, whether it was seeing how the coaches handled what should have been like what could have been a better game against Florida that went to overtime, to how they came back after a loss against Arkansas and beat Alabama, beat Kentucky, and just huge games, and seeing the fans, their energy in the stadium, how they're never giving up, and they're always cheering, they're always singing Rocky Top. It's just amazing to see. And each visit made me feel better about Tennessee as a school, as a program, and finally decided that's where I want to be at.
Take me through the experience of rushing the field. I mean, that was obviously different. You've been to some visits. You were, kind of hit a few different campuses this year, but like as a recruit, how was that experience? Because I know you and I talked about it early on in your recruitment. You had seen that scene from 2022 when Tennessee broke the streak against Alabama, then getting to experience that. I mean, how important, I mean, was that, or how much fun was that for you in the process as really honed in on Tennessee?
I think it was a crazy experience, just being able to see that as a recruit, and being able to like the impact it had on all the fans, and like how strongly people felt about it. It was crazy to see in person just how big football is in Knoxville, and just how big that moment was. And it was an unreal experience. I don't think I've ever seen a game like it.
Take me through the relationship with Coach Ellerby. I mean, he's a guy that seems like you've clicked with. You like the development at tackle. You like what Tennessee does with their tackles in terms of how they use them out in space. Big athletic guys like you. How important was he in this process to choose the Vols?
It was probably one of my deciding factors, was that he was such a great coach, and just seeing what he's done with his tackles now, with all the other old linemen he has now, and the great season that they have, I can really see that he developed these guys, and like he's doing something great there. And my relationship, I talk to him a lot, and it's just having my communications with him. I can tell that like his football IQ, his football knowledge is amazing, and since I'm going there, I'm gonna get developed. I'm gonna be the best I can be at Tennessee.
You know, Coach Heupel, a guy that everybody describes as a player's coach. When you're around him, what do you see from him, and how important is he as a head coach in your decision to choose the Vols?
He's a great head coach. He's a true leader. Even on our visit, he on every visit, he makes, like, you can see, he makes sure to talk to all the recruits, make them feel welcome, make them feel like Tennessee's their home, because Tennessee can be home for everybody, because it's just that type of program. And he's a true leader on the field. He's a true leader in the recruiting cycle. Always wanting to talk to recruits, and that's just great. That's just great to see.
You've become an All American recently. You chose the Vols today in San Antonio. It seems like your stock's just continually been on the rise since you got to Baylor. Last year. Take me through what's next for you. I mean, you're one of the most sought after guys, it seems like, in the country right now at the tackle position, but where do you go in terms of your game? What's the next step to continue the evolution for you?
My next step is just making sure I continue working hard, continue getting better at everything in the game, at pass pro, at run block, at pulling, just continue to get better so that when I'm ready for college, I can go in and I can start competing. I can start getting better at the next level as well. So I just want to every day I want to get better. I want to do something to get better.
You heard it here from Tennessee's newest 2026 commitment, Gabriel Osenda. He joins five-star quarterback Faison Brandon, four-star wide receiver Tyreek King, four-star tight end Carson Sneed, and four-star interior offensive lineman Brandon Anderson in this 2026 recruiting class for the Vols.